Hello everyone, welcome to Agentic AI Demystified with Studio, a series under TGIF and your backstage pass to get into the world of agent building. In our last episode, we discussed how exactly Copilot Studio is aligned with the Agentic AI goal that Microsoft carries. To actually connect the dots and get deeper into it, I would love to continue the same discussion with Monit Kar, our solution area expert for business application. Hey Monit, let's pick up from where we left. And everybody's, I would say, top of the mind question is how exactly Copilot Studio is integrated with M365 and how Copilot Studio makes the makers and the developers' life easy when it comes to creating more personalized experiences and infusing that communication AI logic and workflows within the flow of work.
Sure. So, most of the enterprises that we are driving these transformations, we have embedded M365 Copilot,
Right.
which is largely from the objective of driving the productivity and enabling the business enabling functions of these enterprises, like of HR, legal, operations, sales. What we are really doing with low code AI with Copilot Studio, we are making it easy for the citizen developers, for the business enabling functions, power users to develop these agents and kind of roll it out to their enterprises. And with Studio, and we will see in these series as we progress further, how we are making it very democratized and very easy for all the developers, users, business users to use it.
That's great. I mean, it's so exciting to see how low-code AI is and the tools that we provide around these technologies are actually powerful enough to create these personalized experiences.
Absolutely.
Great. Now let's shift the gears a little bit. When it comes to the enterprise architecture, I know I have seen customers always asking for how to integrate with the enterprise database,
Absolutely.
and that's where Foundry comes into picture.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is something that we have to address. How Copilot Studio helps the vision that Foundry carries.
As we are seeing with the enterprises, there is no longer one thing that I want to set straight is it's not about which product are we positioning
Right.
for the enterprises. It's about how we can bring SaaS and PaaS services together, whether it's low code or pro code, doing end-to-end transformations together. And now with the build announcements, if you've seen, we have made it very easy for bringing these experiences, whether you're trying to build a bot in Azure AI Foundry and trying to call Copilot Studio Agent using direct line API, or vice versa, whether you're creating a Copilot Studio agent and you want to call the Azure AI Foundry agent through multi-agent orchestration, we have made all of this possible. And not only that, by leveraging 1900 Azure AI models that are available in Azure, you're able to bring those in Copilot Studio. So there is no end to how we are bringing and tying these products together.
Now this clears the picture that how Copilot Studio is completely aligned with Azure AI Foundry landscape.
Sure.
Great. Now to make it more tangible for our audience, could you just showcase the real life scenario where Copilot Studio and definitely the data, the Foundry coming together and presenting that conversational AI as an application?
Absolutely. And I have just the right demonstration for you of seeing how M365 Studio and Azure coming together to deliver a value that we are looking for here.
Great. Let's get into it.
In this case, we are going to show how M365, Copilot Studio, and Azure coming together. What you see on the screen is where I have onto the right, if you see, there are agents that are available. I have co-counsel, merge-mate, cohere. There are a lot of agents that I've created as a part of a process. In this case, we are trying to do a process for legal team. These are, as you see highlighted, these are the agents that I have. I'm going to click on merge-mate that I have created, which is grounded to my SharePoint data, all the knowledge bases where I have the information, and I'm trying to check as a legal user. I want to understand what are the compliance and governance records that, if there are any red flags that I need to do with respect to that customer. And it's a simple retrieval uh, agent, if you like, right? And I can see what are the reference points where it is pulling this information from, right? While I have this agent created in Copilot Studio, I've rendered it in M365 Copilot, right? So this is one case where I'm going as a prompt-based conversation, right? The other thing will be if I want to have these flags coming to me as a nudges, I can create a autonomous agent, as you see on the screen, which is co-counsel. In this, the agent is trying to identify what are the red flags, what are the findings that it has. For example, unexpected revenue variations. It's able to bring that to my knowledge. This can be done. Right now, in this case, you see, this is the agent that I have built, what you see on the screen. Right, I have given detailed instructions of what I expect my agent to do, the autonomous agent that I have built, right? It has all the grounded knowledge sources, be it your knowledge documents, be it your compliance documents, whatever a legal and compliance team would need. We have grounded it to that data. It will only search basis the knowledge, the data that you provide to your agent. And then we have actions and everything listed out. Now, in this case, if we click on knowledge and say we are trying to add a new knowledge, your agent should, it's not that it is only grounded on your SharePoint on a public website or a Dataverse data. And that's where we are bringing the beauty of integrating all of the capabilities together and bringing Azure AI search. For example, there are a lot of financial statements, there are a lot of documents that exist, uh, you know, um, account statements and stuff like that that I want to search. I'll just give my instruction and I will be referring to my Azure AI search model that I've already created, the vector index search that I've created within my Azure AI. I'm just referencing to that and I'm just giving an instruction of what I want my agent to do when there is an ask. It needs to create a vector index of all those financial statements, of all those documents, compliance documents, and fetch the information in a summary format for me to work on that and enhance that. Now, in this case, the pre-created vector index I have added. Right now, let's just see. You would see now my new comprehensive due diligence review is built on Azure AI Search knowledge base is already added to my agent. And this is the output that I get basis the changes that I have done. By summarizing, you can see the way it has beautifully summarized and it has searched through all my multiple documents running into hundred or thousands, right? It's able to bring that information leveraging Azure ICS search. And again, all of this is Copilot Studio Bot. That's where I said when I meant it's not one versus the other, it's how we are complementing the end-to-end solution and bringing all of these components together to deliver a value for a customer. Now, in this case, I also want to know, what are the more knowledge sources that I can have? And this is where agent is suggesting, Copilot Studio will suggest what are the more knowledge sources you can add to enhance your agent experiences. Right? In this case, I'm adding customer and revenue concentration report. Based on my knowledge sources available, it is able to suggest that. And last but not the least, what is important is to get the analytics around how your bot is faring. What is the effectiveness of the bot that you have? Let's see the details. What are the issues that got escalated to an agent, what were resolved, what were abundant. And this escalations and abundant one really help you improvise on the knowledge sources that you're trying to feed.
This is great demo, Monit. Thank you so much for showing us this. With this demo, it's pretty clear that how we are driving enterprise transformation when it comes to marrying your M365, your data, and the Copilot Studio, which is a low-code AI tool to build an agent. To know more on this trail, please join us on the next episode of Agentic AI Demystified with Studio. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.